I'll go through my 6 through 10 now. All right, here we go. I got number 6. I have Kirk Cousins. Yeah, to be honest with you, I might switch Kirk Cousins right now, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with Kirk Cousins at 6.
Higher or
Pretty
lower?
solid. Yeah, lower probably. Just one spot.
You
lower.
want to make him
One
lower?
spot lower.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know the guy. I'm gonna switch him with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he had a solid year last year. Really good year. One of his best years with Kevin O'Connell. And he has Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the NFL. T.J. Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. They're probably gonna release Adam Thielen, so he's probably gonna lose a receiving option right there. But they have KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne had solid games, especially against the Colts. I'm pretty sure that Colts game, he had a really good game that game too. Yeah, he's a solid option. Probably need to add another receiver, like another solid receiver. But yeah, Kirk Cousins is still pretty good. He's still in that range. Still want to see him take the next step because he's still in that 12, 13 range of all the quarterbacks in the NFL. He's probably right there next to, I would probably have him close to that Dak range around there, Kyler Murray range around that range. And my 7th quarterback, my favorite team, Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is going to take a leap again next year. This year he had a really good year too. He limited the turnovers. I think next year he's going to be even a better passer. He had 700 yards this year running. I think he's going to be even a better passer next year with his running ability. So yeah, 7 Daniel Jones. Number 8, I have Derek Carr. Yeah, I think Derek Carr is going to still do good. They're probably going to win the division. They got Chris Olave. I don't know about the other options on the team. I don't know if Kamara's going to even play. I don't know if Michael Thomas is going to be there. So yeah, Chris Olave is the only for sure guy right now. They'll probably add another receiver if they let go of Michael Thomas. They're probably going to need to get a running back because you're not going to. I don't think Alvin Kamara's playing. I don't think he's playing. I think he's probably going to be. I think he's going to jail. To be honest with you, he's probably going to jail. And, yeah, but I think Derek Carr is going to still lead this team to win the division. They have the best defense. They probably have the best. Not the best defense. Yeah, they probably actually do have the best defense in that division. I can probably see the Buccaneers defense. No. The Buccaneers defense isn't good anymore. Let's say probably win that division. I think Derek Carr will have another good year. Yeah. And then number 9, I have Justin Fields. Actually, I think Justin Fields, I'm going to replace him with Derek Carr. I'm going to move Derek Carr to 9. I think Derek Carr is going to be. Damn, I just don't want to put Derek Carr at low, but I think Justin Fields is going to do better than Derek Carr next year. So I'm probably going to put Justin Fields at 8. Probably with an improved weapons, hopefully another weapon. Hopefully an improved line. He should do better next year. Hopefully they'll let him become more of a passer than he was last year. That's what he really needs to work on his game because his running ability is already elite. They just need to work on his passing ability. And yeah, if they do that, he should be one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFC next year. So I have him at 8. And then I have Derek Carr at 9. I already talked about Derek Carr. So and then 10, I have Geno Smith. Geno Smith's still one of the he got comeback player of the year for a reason. He proved himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. I think he takes a step down a little bit of step down, a little bit. Not that far, but this is still really good for Geno Smith, especially after many people thought he was going to be out of the league just like 2 years ago, probably. Or a long time ago, people thought he was out of the league. And now he got his big contract. He's still going to be – I have him at 10. Honorable mention, I have Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's going to do really good, but I can't project that much, okay? Because I don't want to go crazy. If I was going really crazy, I would have put just Jordan Love on here, but I didn't want to go that crazy because I've only seen one game, one game out of him.
Yeah.
The Eagles game, he played the third and fourth quarter, so I haven't really seen too much to go that crazy with projecting him. But yeah, that finishes off my top 10.
All right. One thing I want to point out for me too, though. Okay, so both of us don't have Aaron Rodgers because we project him to go to the AFC. He's going to be in New York, is what we're both thinking. One thing I also wanted to point out is my list isn't going to have any Kyler Murray on there, but that is because I do expect him to be injured for most of the year. I mean, if he was healthy, for sure he'd be top 5. He'd be in that tier with Kirk, Dak, and all of them. But he's not. I don't see him playing too much next season. So that's the only reason why he's off my list. So it's going to be a little bit different. But Kyler Murray, for sure, if he was playing the full year, he'd be up there. All right, so number 6, I'm going to go through guy, Daniel Jones. I'd say I do expect him to take another step forward. He's in a not new system. I mean, he's in the system, the Brian Dable system for his second year. Finally, he has some consistency at that coaching position with the offense. He's not switching it up every single year. He's finally got a consistent option that works well for him. And I'd say he can finally take another step as long as the Giants provide him with some more weapons on the outside. I mean, the receiving core we talked about it yesterday. I mean, he had a lot of injuries on that receiving core. So I tell you, you get him a real number one receiver, not some Kenny Galladay, but like an actual number one that he could trust, that could run routes, that could get open. And Daniel Jones, well, he might even be higher if I'm being honest, but as of right now, I'm keeping him at number 6. He's behind guys like Carr, Prescott, Kirk, just as of right now. Although Daniel Jones does provide a bit of a dual threat, I still need to see him. I'd say I'm confident that he takes the next step, but I'm not confident enough to where I put him above some of the other guys on my list. Number 7, I got Jared Goff. Now, this is a lot lower than where you had him. I know you had him ranked pretty highly. Jared Goff, I think he does perform well in this offense again. Actually, I might have him a bit too low, but I'm going to leave him at 7 right now. The offense was really performing at the end of last season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they traded TJ Hawkinson out of there, but I'd say the Lions were still an elite offense last year. They were still one of the top offenses in the NFL, and a big part of that is Jared Goff. I mean, the Rams thought he was just garbage. They wanted to get rid of him right away, but he's proven himself right now being in Detroit. So I'd say Jared Goff, I got him number 7. He might be a little bit too low, but I'd say I'm not going to adjust this right now. Number 8, I got Geno Smith. Like we said, he was probably we probably thought he was going to be a career backup after his time in New York. Nobody thought anything of him, but he went out there and he made plays. And he took Seattle to the playoffs when nobody thought that they even had a shot. Everybody thought that Seattle was going to be in line for the number 1 pick and that they were going to be in the Bryce Young sweepstakes. Geno Smith, he took the reins of that team. He said, hell nah, we're going to make it to the playoffs. And that's what they did. So I got to give Geno his respect. Number 9, we're staying in the NFC West. This might be a bit low for him too, but honestly, I can't put him over any of the other guys right now after seeing the season that he just had. So I'm going with Matt Stafford. I mean, he's got Sean McVay still. He's got Cooper Kupp still. Probably going to force feed it to Cooper Kupp. If I'm being honest, he's going to do all that again. But past 2 years, he's really, really, really turned the ball over a lot. Even when they won the Super Bowl, he led the league in turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. So he hasn't really taken care of the ball. The offense, I honestly see him getting worse. I don't see the Rams really performing next season. Matt Stafford might have a good year on his own. I don't know. I just don't see the Rams getting it done next year. He might even retire. There was talks about that because of his injuries and stuff, that he could just retire after the Super Bowl. But I still keep him top 10, but I can't put him over any of these other guys that I got here. And number 10, this is a bit of a projection. And honestly, this has nothing to do really with the player himself, but more about the team around him. So number 10, this is a really, really crazy prediction. I tell you, it's got nothing to do really with the player himself, but I'm going to go with Trey Lance, also in the NFC West. And he doesn't really have to do too much, if I'm being honest. Like we saw what Brock Purdy came in and did with the exact same team when Jimmy G went down. People didn't really expect Brock Purdy to do much, but I mean, he's got everything set up for him. He's got the coach set up for him. He's got a freaking brick wall for a left tackle. He's got Debo Samuel. I mean, he's got a versatile physical team. Kyle Shanahan's one of the best offensive play callers in the game. if it was any other QB back there, I mean, I'd probably project him top 10 too, if I'm being honest. It could have been anybody. They really screwed up by not drafting Justin Fields, but Trey Lance, he doesn't really have to do too much. All he's got to do is just follow the system and progress throughout the year. So by the time it gets to the playoffs, he can make those plays when you need him to. So I tell you, it's very risky. This guy has barely played at all for like the past 4 years, but the team around him helps him get it done. The team around him really helps him, and he's what gets him on the list.
Yeah, pretty solid list. I have no problems. The rest, yeah, it was a pretty good list. I think both lists are pretty solid.